Bonjour, monsieur.
Hello,
How are you? Good to see you, sir. You okay?
Yes, you
Yeah.
too.
Pleasure to meet you.
You know what?
What's that?
You should cut your turban off and you look like a Canadian.
Oh, I think Canadians look like all sorts of people. That's the beauty of
Yeah,
Canada.
yeah, but
That's okay. I don't agree, sir.
in Rome you do as the Romans
Hey,
do.
but this is Canada. You can do like whatever you like.
All right, take care.
Thanks.
I hope you.
Another day, another moment where Jagmeet Singh showed that he's prime ministerial material. That's what we saw in that clip that led this video. Jagmeet Singh was at a market in Montreal because, as you know, there's a debate tonight on TVA. It's a French language debate, and it's going to be the first debate where the prime minister is in attendance. So the three biggest parties are all going to be there. Big deal. Singh, going to the market, meeting constituents, what have you, pretty routine stuff. And this man comes up to him and basically says, you'd look more Canadian if you didn't wear a turban. And Jagmeet Singh handled it with grace and optimism, and he was like, well, sir, I don't agree. I think Canadians look like a whole bunch of different people. And then the guy said, well, when in Rome, be like Romans. Well, Singh said, well, we're in Canada, and you can do what you like in Canada. And it was this great moment where Singh was, respectful, and he was open, but he didn't tolerate for any second the assumption that people who wear turbans or people who dress differently from quote-unquote Canadians, whatever that means, somehow don't belong or somehow aren't playing along or somehow don't look like they're supposed to look like. And it was excellently handled. Now, to be clear, this man isn't like some of the others examples we've seen in recent history from both Jagmeet Singh and his brother Guratan, where, they were dealing with open hecklers, people who were loud and aggressive and interrupting. This man, came up to Singh and, asked him a question in a respectful tone. Now, this is not me defending him. This is me saying that what he said was racist deeply. But the point is, Singh handled that situation perfectly, treating the man with respect, just quickly closing the conversation down, saying he disagrees with him, and asserting his belief that what makes Canada Canada in part is that people of all backgrounds and all faiths are welcome, and that in Canada you can do what you like. It's a great message, and it shows the character of Singh. It shows his power, which comes not from aggressiveness or not from bombasticness or not from a peacockish need to show off, but rather a kind of quiet strength that asserts our values and does so in a respectful and welcoming manner, even with people he disagrees with. And I think we saw that in spades here. And I think this is another example about how the more and more people start to see Jagmeet Singh and hear from Jagmeet Singh, the more they like him. Let's be real. Singh was systematically undercovered in the pre-election phase, unless that coverage was bad. I've talked about that on the channel many, many, many times over the past few months, and I don't really think I need to rehash that debate. But now that we're in the election and he's getting the coverage, we're seeing how Jagmeet Singh handles relating to Canadians, both those who like him, but also those who don't. And I think that in these moments, we see a prime minister in waiting. We see a prime minister in the making. We see someone who, unlike Justin Trudeau and Andrew Scheer, have demonstrated recently that they have serious historical and contemporary character flaws, which has led them to lie to Canadians about very personal things, be it their conduct or be it their qualifications, or both. Jagmeet Singh demonstrates open, honest, clear, principled behavior when he meets people. And I think that's really special, and it's something we don't often see in politics. And I'm not the only one noticing it. And it's not just these anecdotal events like these videos. Angus Reid, a respected pollster, last night released some data, and it said two key things that relate to Jagmeet Singh. The first is that currently he's the only party leader at all, the only one who is viewed more favorably than unfavorably by Canadians. Every other party leader is in the negatives. Elizabeth May, Maxime Bernier, Justin Trudeau, Andrew Scheer, they are all in the negatives. Some more than others. Justin Trudeau is very, very high negatives. Elizabeth May not as high, but all of them are in the negatives. And since the start of the campaign, every single one of those leaders has been moving downwards in terms of how Canadians perceive them, with the exception of Jagmeet Singh, who's actually moved quite a bit upwards. This is demonstrating that he has real momentum, that there is the start of a Singh upswing, that while the polls have not, shot up for the NDP in recent weeks, they've certainly gone up at least a little bit. The worst polls for the NDP have caught up and are starting to go upward. And I think we're seeing some encouraging signs. And the more and more moments like this, the more and more moments where people see that, one, there is a form of racism that's levied against Jagmeet Singh that isn't levied against any of the other political leaders. And that, two, the way Singh handles it is so classy and is so graceful and is so powerful and is so, kind. Even to his enemies, he's kind. That they're going to see that this is the kind of person they want as prime minister. The kind of person who will not react to hate with hate. The person who will not react to aggression with aggression. But still, the person that will stand up for Canadian values. We've seen this. Jagmeet Singh isn't a mean person, but he's been right to call for Donald Trump's impeachment. He was 100% right to do that. And all the hand-wringing from the media and the Liberal Party especially has been sort of really shameful, because everyone's been saying that Trump is not normal, that he's awful, that he's done discriminatory things and real hateful, dangerous things. And yet we're supposed to stop at the line to say that this criminal, corrupt, hateful president shouldn't be impeached? Jagmeet Singh's the only one speaking the truth there. But again, he does it with a smile on his face because he realizes that there's no need to be aggressive to be assertive. There's no need to be hateful to respond to hate. There's no need to yell at somebody who's yelling at you. And there's no need to respond, in a attacking manner to someone who challenges your very identity as a Canadian. Even if maybe you would feel like you wanted to do that, the way Singh handled this situation was just the utmost of prime ministerialism. No leader right now has ever looked as prime ministerial as Jagmeet Singh has in that moment, and that includes the current prime minister, who's had 4 years to score such a moment and has never come close. Justin Trudeau, in 4 years, hasn't demonstrated the sort of leadership and grace and poise that Jagmeet Singh had in 30 seconds. That's why he deserves to be Canada's next prime minister. That's why increasingly Canadians are responding to his message and to his policies. And that's why over the next few weeks, I really see it, you're going to see some real momentum for Singh and the NDP. And don't you dare think this election's over. I said this a couple weeks ago. Don't you dare count out Jagmeet Singh, because we are witnessing a prime minister in the making.